An outbreak of sexually transmitted diseases is plaguing the nation.
If you're sexually active, you probably will have at least one sexually transmitted infection in your sexual lifetime.
According to a new report from the Centers for Disease Control, 110 million people in the U.S. are infected, and 20 million new people contract a sexually transmitted infection each year. These are the 8 most common diseases the CDC looked at, topping the list of the most prevalent: HIV, chlamydia, trichomoniasis, and genital herpes. The human papillomavirus, or HPV, is by far the most common infection transmitted by sex. Dr. Tamika Auguste is the director of OBGYN at the MedStar Washington Hospital Center. She says HPV cases are driving the numbers up.
There's a lot more cases of HPV, especially in women, in the young teens to young adults.
Symptoms can include genital warts, but they don't always show up when a person carries the virus. In serious cases, HPV can lead to cervical cancer in women. Half of the newly infected are young people between the ages of 15 and 24.
Peers, students, they live in an area where they're engaging in high-risk behavior just because they're having sex with one another. So that creates a pool of disease that's at more risk for people getting infected.
While figures show that sexually transmitted diseases have skyrocketed, physicians point out
we're definitely screening a little bit more often, and so I think we're also picking up a couple more cases.
What's clear is with sexually transmitted diseases rampant in the U.S., almost everyone that is sexually active is at risk of getting infected.
The invincibility of risk, that this may not happen to me, but it'll happen to someone else.
The CDC estimates sexually transmitted infections cost $16 billion a year in medical costs. Sexually transmitted diseases come at significant physical, psychological, and financial costs, but all of it can be prevented.
We have now the numbers and the data to back us up to say this is really a problem. So let's work towards, I think, education.
That means spreading awareness and using protection. In Washington, Liz Wall, RT.